Tucker, growing up in church, I was always taught that those who bless Israel will be blessed and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And you think that refers to the modern state of Israel? Of course. Well, then it seems your foreign policy is influenced by a false teaching called Premillennial dispensationalism, which means it would probably benefit our audience if we debate that issue. Very well. But instead, I'm just going to ask a bunch of dumb gotcha questions and then laugh like an epileptic hyena when you don't know the answers. And I will endeavor to not know them. Oh, perfect. What a total waste of time. Now, Ted Cruz, where in the Bible does it say that those who bless Israel will be blessed and those who curse Israel will be cursed? The front part? The front part? Yeah, somewhere near the begats. So you don't know the exact verse. No. Okay, well, it's Genesis 12:3, but that passage isn't referring to the modern state of Israel. It's referring to the nation born to Abraham, the nation which would bring about the one to bless all the nations of the earth, the Savior Jesus Christ. So it would probably be good for me to ask you how a nation formed in 1948 AD around a religion that explicitly rejects Jesus could be the same nation. That would be a great question to ask. But I'm not gonna. Ted Cruz, how many red pandas does the Tisch family zoological gardens in Jerusalem have? 3? I can't believe this. You literally want to force American soldiers to donate their kidneys to Israeli bankers and you don't even know how many red pandas are in Jerusalem. So how many? It's 3. That's what I guessed. Yeah, but you guessed. Now tell me, Senator, why do you believe the current nation called Israel is the same nation as Israel in the Bible? Well, it's the same word, Tucker. So if two things have the same name, they're the same thing? Yes, always. Are the ancient kingdom of Moab and Moab, Utah the same place? Yes. Are Michael Jordan and Michael B. Jordan the same person? They are 95% the same person. Are Dustin Hoffman and Alan Dershowitz the same person? Those are different names. Right, but like separate topic. Is it possible that all Jews are really just different avatars of the same trickster plasma spirit that has plagued the sons of Japheth since time immemorial? What? I'm just asking questions. Tucker, the Jews are not demons. The Jews are God's chosen people. Senator, you need to read Romans. Paul explicitly states that no one is a Jew who is one outwardly. He says that to be a part of God's chosen people, you need to actually believe the promise of the Messiah that God gave to the children of Abraham. And Paul also says that God has now grafted the believing Gentiles into the tree of believing Israel, which would make the church God's chosen race and holy nation, something Peter explicitly says we are in chapter 2 of his first epistle. So with all that in mind, Senator, let's get serious for a minute. Okay. Can you sing Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping in its original Hebrew? I don't speak Hebrew. But can you sing it, sir? I cannot. This is incredible. You want American taxpayers to build a 50-foot idol of Steve Gutenberg in Tel Aviv, and you can't even sing Hebrew? Ted Cruz, if Israel were a woman, where would you take her on a date? We would stroll along the shores of the Sea of Galilee. I would tuck a lock of her coarse, raven-like hair behind her ear, the seabirds calling in the distance. Then, softly and gently, we would join hands and sacrifice a goat. Where would you take Israel on a date, Tucker? The garbage. Tucker, why are you so hostile? Every Christian who has ever lived in the last 2,000 years has believed what I believe about Israel. No, that's not true. The idea that the promises God made to Israel can't be fulfilled in the church because Israel and church are two uncombinable, entirely distinct concepts is a hyper-literalist reading of the scriptures that didn't emerge until the mid-1800s when it was invented by some English guy named John Nelson Darby. You rang. That is not your name. Go away. Well, I never in all my life. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. Whoa, look at that hair. I know, I hate how hauntingly handsome he is. He looks like the pastor of Windswept Melancholy Baptist Church. He looks like a guy from Gothic Bad Boy magazine whose picture teenage Emily Bronte glued to her bedroom wall. He looks like a Victorian Abercrombie and Fitch model died and went to Vidal Sassoon heaven. Vidal Sassoon was Jewish, so if we don't stop using Israeli forming cream immediately, 50 million Americans will die in World War III. How are you more unlikable than I am? And so this Lutheran satire guy, Hans Feeney, is speaking at the Issues Etc. conference in July? Yes, the conference takes place July 18th and 19th at Concordia University, Chicago. You can hear Hans, and you can also hear actually smart people talk about a variety of topics. For more info, go to issuesetc.org. I think I'll go to that conference. There's something I've always wanted to ask Hans Feeney. What's that? Are Benjamin Netanyahu and Barbra Streisand the same person? Oh my gosh! A lot of people are asking this.